I did the worst and horrible makeup ever. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl AG, and if you're seeing my video for the first time, you're highly welcome. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all mistakes I made, which led to a very horrible makeup outcome. It led to a very horrible outcome. So thank God my mother wasn't a client. So guys, on this particular day, I had a lot to do. So before even doing this makeup, I was so tired, and my mother was already at my place, and I couldn't allow her to go, so I just had to do the makeup. So I started everything well, right? So like as always, I started by cleaning her face using my micellar cleansing water. Then the next thing, I went with my moisturizer to hydrate the face. After hydrating the face, I move in with my primer. So I just apply my primer around the T-zones. Then I use my foundation brush, sorry. So for foundation, I use my V Beauty foundation, blended everything. So at this point, as you can see, I was just going in with my contour. Everything was fine at this point. So if you're interested in seeing how the outcome became horrible, just keep on watching. So after going in with my contour, I'm now applying my blush, which I use my Girl blush palette. I just applied around the cheek. That's the apple of the cheek, blended moving towards the temple. So for concealer, I use my spotless concealer. So everything at this point is fine, right? I use my spotless concealer. So I just apply around the highlighted area. That's the under eye, bridge up the nose, the forehead. Then I go in with my soft and damp beauty sponge from CPD. When I say soft and damp, I mean you have to make it wet, right? But in such a way that when you squeeze it, water shouldn't come out from it. So after that, I just blend everything in. Then as I'm blending, I make sure I blend the points, separating the concealer and the blush to get rid of harsh line. Then at this point, I went in with my nose contour, which I use my foundation, which is one shade darker than her skin. Then after that, I lock in everything using my Kiss Beauty setting spray. Then to set her face, that is the highlighted area, I use my Adventure setting powder. I don't really like this setting powder, but I only use it because my Miracle setting powder in the shade Cinnamon is finished. So I just have to manage this one. So I just apply around the highlighted area, that is the under eye, the bridge of the nose, the forehead, yeah. Next, to fill the blank spaces, I go in with my powder for my V Beauty powder palette, yeah, which is equivalent to her skin tone, yeah. Everything was fine at this point, right? So when it comes to makeup, the things which make makeup to be harsh, we have the eyelashes and the lip. I think that's what make makeup to be too wild. So I'm just at this point, I'm just filling in the blank spaces using my big fluffy brush for powder. Then after that, I go in with my contour again, my powder contour, which I use my powder, which is 2 shades darker than her skin. So I just apply my contour. I just contour underneath the cheekbone. Can you see? Yeah, that's then the temple. Then for nose contour, I also use the same shade to contour the side of the nose. Then after that, I use my fluffy brush to blend in everything. Then I melt down that powder effect using my Kiss Beauty Fix Spray. So for baking and erase contour, I'm using that same setting powder. That's the Adventure setting powder in the shade Banana. Moving on to brows, I started by laying down the hair using my brows gel from Nikki Signature and my what's the name of this brush again, mascara brush. Then after that, I go in with my setting powder, use my fluffy brush to dust up the excess setting powder. So to outline the brows, I use my brows pomade from KRO, my angle brush from Issa and Those. This Issa and Those angle brush, it comes like in pair, not in a pack of I think 6. There's an angle brush, 2 angle brush in it, a smaller angle brush, a bigger angle brush, a flat brush, and a blending brush, that's small fluffy brush, and mascara brush. So I started by laying down the hair. I'm producing my outline. So I'm using my Issa and those angle brush to produce the brows outline. So when producing your outline, like I always emphasize, try to minimize the space. You are not starting right from the beginning, because we don't want harsh line. Then produce as you are going. When you are getting towards the end, just tilt downward just a little bit. So to fill in the brows, I'm going in with my Davis pencil in the shade 003. So to conceal the brows, I'm using my Issa and those angle brush. But this time it's not the same angle brush which I use in producing my outline. It's another size. This one is a bit bigger. So I'm using my Issa and those angle brush, my spotless concealer. It is 2 shades lighter than her skin. Then I'm using the tips of my brush to conceal, and then after that I go in with my fluffy brush to blend in the excess concealer. So for the beginning of the brows, I use my darker foundation, and for the upper section of the brows again, I'm going in with my darker foundation, which is 1 shade darker than her skin. Not actually 1 shade darker, it's almost equivalent to her skin tone. Yeah, normally I was supposed to use 1 shade darker than her skin. So at this point, even the brows were not really they're not looking like my kind of brows. But anyways, that's by the way. So after concealing the upper section, I'm going in with my small fluffy angle brush, to blend in the excess concealer on the upper section. Now remember, we said in makeup everything cream has to go dry. So after that, I'm going in with my powder from my powder palette, which is equivalent to the same shades I use in concealing, right? So that the area which is highlighted, I go with the lighter powder. Then the beginning, which is darker, I go with my darker shade. So I just blend. For the upper section now, I used my same shade I used for the beginning. So moving on to eyeshadow, this is where the wahala began. I don't know what I was thinking, like, where did I even keep my brain? Geez. So I started by applying my eyeshadow base on the eyelid. Then I used my fluffy brush to blend in everything. So I don't know what I was thinking. The color did not just match. Can you see? I just go in with that shade, blended, and blended. Then after that, I'm going in now with this purple shade. Like, what was I even thinking? Like, when you look at in makeup, right, try to look at your client's face, the orientation of the eyelid. That's what is going to determine the kind of eyeshadow color, or the what is going to best fit. Like, I was just doing this thing blindly. Seriously. So I went in with this purple shade. To me, I don't really see it. I look it as being horrible. It doesn't really match. So try to look at your clients, the shape of the eyelid. So that's what, it's not every eyeshadow that goes for everybody. Then to top it all again, to top it or make everything worse, I now went in with this white liner. God. Then again, I'm going in again with a pink. Hey God, with a pink liner. What was I thinking? What's this? Wait to be this. This one is really just a father, so he may code a coat of many colors. So is all these many colors like that. It doesn't make sense, right? Yeah, this is terrible. Very, very terrible. Then after that again, I go with my dark black gel liner. Yeah, this one is fine. The worst of it is that my lashes were finished, so she asked me to reuse her lashes. You know what it means to reuse lashes, right? It kind of I don't know how to really. It's not really. It's just a type. So you see the way the lashes will be hanging. So on the mirror. What is this? Have it done enough? See the way the lashes are just hanging. Oh God. So after that, I'm dusting off my powder. Like I said, for eyeshadow, what makes makeup to be wire? There are two things: the eyeshadow and the lip. So you have to be very mindful. If you don't want your makeup to be harsh, you have to be very mindful with your choice of color for the eyeshadow and the lip, even your lashes, even your shade of powder, right? So at this point, I was just dusting off. That's not about it. Then this my client is such a teary eye client. The least thing that touches her eyes, she just start tearing up. So anyways, but when your client, if you are doing makeup and your model start tearing up, you just let it dry. After it must have dried up, you just dust it or use your setting powder again, blend and blend. If that is when you have when you are just done when you just do your reverse contour or baking. But if it happens, if your client started tearing up when you've really dust up all the powder on her face, then you can just go immediately. Don't even wait for the tears to dry up. You can just apply your setting spray, then leave it to dry. Once you apply your setting spray, leave it to dry. Everything will just sit in place. It will just mix. So at this point, I was doing the lips. Started by lining, producing the outline. As you can look at her lips, right, they are already full. So she never really needed a full lip, a bold lip, right? Now I went in with this pink shade. It doesn't really match, like seriously. That was another mistake. Going in with this pink shade and then making it bold when her lips are already full. So always look at your client's lip, know the type of lip. Avoid doing, if the lips are already bold or already full, avoid doing full lip. So that, as if that was not enough, I started placing my lip gloss again on it, my lip stain, making it to be bold. Then I use my brush. Look at the upper section again to top everything up, going in with that pink shade from on the upper section of the lip. Gosh, this doesn't look right. So after I was done making the lip bold and full, I went in now with dusting my XX setting powder. Look at her lips are pretty full. So it was not even supposed to, I was not supposed to make it to be full, right? If you made a mistake, admit it seriously. So I went in with my blush, apply on the cheek, right? Yeah, blending towards the temple. Then I set everything using my Kiss Beauty setting spray. Yeah, use my fan to dry it up, then apply my lip gloss. That's the absolute lip gloss, right? Yeah. So for highlighter, I went in with my Blossom Makeup highlighter. So I just applied directly on the cheek. That's the line separating the blush and the highlighter. This makeup is terrible. Oh my god. Anyways, immediately I finish, I just use my wipe to take it off because so after applying my highlighter, I use my fan brush to blend everything, then go in with my, look at the way I was just wasting my spray, knowing I will still take off the makeup, my soap Rosili spray. Then I say, okay, let me try to see if I can adjust. I try to take off the white line, but it's still not looking, even though it's a little bit better, but so as you can see, what makes the makeup looking well was the lip and the eye.